Well, if you are into tracking how your favorite college is going to be doing, Christmas Day is here for you.
Yes.
Signing day.
Oh, yeah.
Let's take a look at this. Of course, not everyone's signed on the dotted line just yet. Can't do it at this point. But South Carolina is doing a wonderful job of keeping kids in state the last few years. We were looking at some of the numbers. This might be one of their best in terms of keeping the homegrown talent at home. And it's paying off for them, especially when we think about the #1 guy that everyone's paying attention to right now that just might flip. Mr. Dexter Weidman over there in Saluda. He's going to be the melodrama.
He is going to be the melodrama, and then the guy can play. I saw him in the Shrine Bowl. I watched his tape. A very good, active defensive end with great hands. He got great speed around the corner. He's going to put weight on. He's a solid football player. And I think he's mature enough, Brian, to play right now. And I think if you're South Carolina, the thing that you can sell Dexter Weidman is the fact that you can come in and play. Clowney's gone. Chaz Sutton gone. You got 2 young ends in English. Those guys trying to come up and get some playing time. So he can play right away if he goes to South Carolina. But we'll see. There is a question mark out there, though.
Absolutely.
That will this guy qualify? And if he doesn't, it might be a little monkey wrench in the game, if you will, for Carolina and for Florida State.
And all this talk is for nothing, at least in the immediate future. But they're keeping a lot of good guys here. We go down and look at Casey Crosby down there, tight end. Can play actually pretty much any position. We've talked about him before. He's a certainty staying home.
Well, as a tight end, I like him as a middle linebacker. And I know his father coach at Bamberg. You know, I think he's a perfect fit in Lorenzo Ward's scheme and as a Mike backer, that middle inside backer, but he likes to play tight end. Now, South Carolina does use tight ends, but not a great deal. We look at Justice Cunningham, who's playing for the Colts right now, a guy that blocked, but he caught some balls, not a lot of balls, but KC is very versatile, fullback, H-back, and he could slide over and play defense. Well, in a 2A small school, I'm from Pageland. I was a kicker myself. I told our very own Henry Rothenberger that you know, when he was challenging me in kicking. Anyway, side note.
Just the bottom line, he's a great athlete.
Yes.
Another name that's really been talked about the past few days, Bryson Allen Williams.
Yeah. Well, he said on Twitter, he put all the silence to it last night on Twitter that he was going to be a South Carolina Gamecock. He spent the Super Bowl on the weekend down at UGA, sat with Mark Rick for a long time watching the Super Bowl. Gamecock fans got a little bit nervous about Bryson Allen Williams, but this guy can play right away as well. I think he plays beyond his years. I saw him out in Oregon at the opening with my son Christian. I like his style. Again, a good inside linebacker, very good lateral movement, can get in there and strike those guards. I think he's going to play right away for South Carolina.
Looking at the rivals now up at Clemson, everyone's always going to stack up who did better in state. It's a wash most years, but we've got a lot of kids from here in the Midlands that are also going to be signing with the Tigers. We have Jalen Williams out of Blythewood, Cannon Smith over at Hammond. Both good players. Very good players.
Very good players. Nobody's talking a whole lot about these guys. But these are guys your team are built around. These guys are maybe red shirt. Of course, Jalen's going to be a gray shirt. He'll come in later on. But these are guys that can play some football. You know, they got Oglesby up there from Daniel. Clemson has some good recruits. I mean, right now, I looked at the rankings. 24/7 Sports has Clemson right now right in that 13 range. South Carolina is at 23. But as we talk, and we've talked many times before, rankings means nothing. I told my son Christian one thing, even the stars means nothing, because once you sign tomorrow, here's the thing, all that whining and dining, all that lovey-dovey, you know, on the recruiting trips, and we love you, man, you're the best thing since sliced bread. Guess what? When you sign on that dotted line tomorrow,
time to go to work.
It's time to go to work. And guess what stars you all are? 0 stars. So, you know, your start's over. Whether you're 5-star or 2-star, can you play? Can you learn? Can you grow? Are you going to get bigger, stronger, faster? So it doesn't matter. We've seen 2-stars become NFL players. We saw 5-stars become bust. So forget the stars, forget the rankings. They mean absolutely nothing.
Yep, that is absolutely. It's something for the fans to remember too.
Remember that. They get fired up about that thing. We rank higher than you.
When they get on campus, the ball game changes.
It changes. You're 0 stars and rankings. Toss them out the window.
That's right. We'll find out how all the class rankings end up when everyone signs on the dotted line. That's going to do it for our recruiting preview. We'll be right back.